And welcome back to the Brody File, everybody. Well, look, when you think of America, what images come to mind? Well, first of all, baseball for sure. Then, of course, apple pie. Maybe Jimmy Carter. No, yikes, zoom out. Zoom out on that picture. No, we're just kidding about Jimmy Carter. But this week, oh boy, do we have something American for you. Actually, Jenny does.
You go, girl!
That's right, Jennifer Wishon, a.k.a. Jenny in the B Block, has discovered something in Washington, D.C. that you have to see to believe, and it's full-on American. Jenny, what's shaking?
Hey, Davey. You know, in cities and towns across America, buildings that used to house thriving factories producing furniture, textiles, you name it, now sit empty. Finding products made in the USA can be tough. But the Jenny and the B Block team found an office right here in Washington, D.C. that's proving it's possible.
Even the framing for the graphic pieces that we have here, we were able to get done in the United States.
The architect for this office for the Alliance for American Manufacturing was given a scary task. Use only materials made in the USA.
It's fair to say that I think he and his team were terrified.
It became a treasure hunt that yielded an American gold mine. Virtually everything inside this office was made in America. And you said even down to the nuts and the bolts.
That's right, even the nuts and the bolts. The furniture that we have is made by a company called Watson Desking. In the state of Washington. The glass on the outside of the offices, the windows, were all made in America.
In the last decade, America has lost nearly 6 million manufacturing jobs. There's also the more than $300 billion trade deficit with communist China.
You know, roughly $25 billion a month, which is just an extraordinary amount of wealth draining out of this country. And that's not easily recoverable.
The good news? There's growing consumer demand for products made in America.
A lot of these companies wouldn't be spending $8 million on an ad in the Super Bowl to advertise it as made in America if they didn't think it was going to sell.
It really is a great looking office. Now, Paul says if you're building a house, it's likely you won't find every little thing you need made in the USA. But Davey, with a little research, you'll likely be surprised and how much you can find.
Davey, thanks, Jenny. Thanks, Jenny. All right, speaking of American traditions, one of the best ones throughout the years is picking out as a school kid, right? On those extra fat, extra calorie school lunches. You remember that. Remember the choices you had? You had the double cheeseburger, maybe the double cheese pizza. Well, forget about it, as they say in New York. The federal government plans to implement some new rules to make kids eat healthier. The proposal would basically ban all those high-sugar candies, high-calorie sports drinks are gone, and those greasy foods too. Instead, school vending machines are going to start selling water, diet sodas, and baked chips. And by the way, instead of those nachos and mozzarella sticks, forget about that as well. Get ready for fruit cups and yogurt. Yummy. These rules are required under a child nutrition law passed by Congress in 2010. The government says it's part of their ongoing effort to combat childhood obesity. And look, the Brody File gets that. We applaud the goal, but having the federal government dictate food choices to American school kids, not kosher with the Brody File. All right, when we come back, CNN's Dana Bash joins us in our Brody File studios. She's talking about the media and her Jewish roots. We're back in a moment.